I believe that if we focus on consent as prevention, we can truly change the culture and eradicate violence.
What exactly is consent? As an expert and educator in violence prevention, my wife Jessica is joining me today to reveal a way that, if everyone took to heart, could positively change culture forever. Today, Jess and I are going to show you what consent actually means and an easy way to remember it using consent as an acronym. But first, if you want to continue learning more ways to break through to your next big breakthrough with me, Jeff Teresi, please hit that subscribe button right now. Take it away, Jessica.
So I'm really excited to share with you the consent model that Jeff and I have been working on. Consent is one of those things that I think is the most important aspect of prevention education when we're talking about eradicating sexual violence. As many of you know, my focus in this work is to eradicate sexual violence through addressing culture shifts and how we think about things. So without further ado, let us get into the acronym of consent.
C stands for checking in.
This should be the very first thing that anybody does before they do any activity with another person, but especially when we're talking about sex or sexual activity. Check in with the person. Hey, do you actually want to have sex? Would you like to just kiss? Would you like to do more than kissing? How are you feeling about doing this? I'm okay if you don't actually want to do this. We can do something else. Which leads us to the next letter.
O stands for offer an out.
Now I have to give credit to my friend Sarah Super, founder of Break the Silence, a local organization in Minnesota. One of the greatest things that she talks about is how can we get to a place where we make it as easy to say no as we make it to say yes. She came up with the offer and out, and what this means is let them know, hey, if you don't want to do this, that's totally okay. I'm not going to feel bad, I'm not going to judge you, and I'm not going to feel differently about you. What this does is sets up that other person to feel comfortable, to really think through their decision. Are they choosing to have sex because they feel required to have sex, obligated to have sex? Are they worried that if they don't have sex or do any sexual activity, that this person they care about or really like is going to leave them? And you remove that immediately just by being willing to say, I'm fine if we don't have this. We can certainly do something else.
N stands for no means no.
Now, I'm not somebody who really likes no means no, or yes means yes, or consent is sexy. But the reason we chose to include this one in here is because no means no. It doesn't mean ask me 5 more times. It doesn't mean ask me why, and then try to reason with me about why my why isn't a good enough why. It just means no. If somebody is saying no, or I don't know, or maybe, or slow down, or I'm not sure, that means that they have reservations. They're not 100% interested in doing this activity that you are. And we need to start respecting that. We need to stop pressuring people into saying yes. And you need to stop.
S stands for specific.
That individual and you are specifically agreeing to a specific type of an activity or a specific length of time. It means that you are agreeing to have sex today, but you're not necessarily agreeing to have sex tomorrow. Anytime somebody says yes, they are saying yes to one singular incident, or they are agreeing to specific activities within that larger activity. Maybe they don't want to have intercourse, but they're okay making out. If someone says yes to kissing, it doesn't mean you can just touch them at different parts of their body and move along. You must ask them for consent. You need to be checking in throughout the entire process. Know that consent is very specific.
E stands for enthusiastic.
People should be really excited about what they're about to do. Whatever activity it is that you all decided is going to be happening. They should be physically involved. They should be mentally involved. They should be aware of what is actually happening. And it should be obvious to you. You really need to know that person and understand who that person is and what that looks like for them. But they shouldn't just be sort of going along with it and be like, ugh, I don't really want to do this, but whatever, I'll just do it. They need to be excited about what it is that is actually happening. And really, why would you want to do that with somebody who's not really excited about doing that with you?
The second N stands for notice nonverbal cues.
Along with the enthusiastic part, where they're verbalizing some of these desires, where they actually consented to doing that, you need to pay attention to some of those nonverbal cues throughout it. Especially when we start to talk about individuals who've experienced some form of sexual violence in their lifetime and how their intimate relationships go. Lots of different things can change during an intimate session. And so checking in with your partner throughout and being mindful of what their nonverbal cues are is really important to creating a safe environment where being intimate with another person is actually fun and pleasurable for both people.
And T stands for teamwork.
This is a team sport. If you don't want another person to be involved, or you don't care about that person's pleasure or whether or not they're enjoying themselves, then don't include another person. So make sure that when you are engaging in sexual activity with another person, that you are mindful that both parties have a say in what's happening, and what they like and what they don't like, what you may like, that other person may not like. Do what you guys want to do together and make sure that both people understand that you can say no, you can change it up, you can stop it at any point. So now that we understand what all the letters in the acronym mean, what I want you to understand about the consent model and what we've come up with is that this is going to be a continuous experience. Remember what each of these letters mean. C stands for checking in. O, offering an out. The N means no means no. The S means specific. E stands for enthusiastic. The second N means non-verbal. And the final letter is T for teamwork or team effort. The more that we remember them, the more that we talk about them, and the more that we model them, the easier they become, and they become a lot more natural. It doesn't have to be awkward to ask for consent. So please consider and focus on using this consent model in your daily life, not just around sex, but about other things too. The more we practice it, it becomes really easy to do in second nature. I believe that if we focus on consent as prevention, we can truly change the culture and eradicate violence. And as Jeff says, break through to your next big breakthrough.
If you'd like to learn more from Jessica, please check out our website at jessicateresi.com. I'm so glad Jess was able to share with us today. Thanks for watching.
It stands, and the final level, it's like a lot of fun. See how different we are. Go. Mm-hmm. Hi. So.
Unless I see you sooner, I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks for watching. To learn more ways to break through to your next big breakthrough, click and watch one of these videos on the screen before they disappear. And never forget, you're not alone, you are loved, and whatever you do, believe in yourself. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.